Hi, I'm Bella from Speak of the Devil. I still haven't seen the hit film Logan, but that doesn't mean you can't. If Wolverine really isn't your thing, maybe the little girl version of him is. Wait, not like that. What I meant to say is Wolverine's companion has his powers, so she's like the mini version of him. And, fun fact, I have a friend who did the stunt work for the mini Wolverine. Isn't that cool? So, get out there and go see Logan, because I know someone in it, and that's awesome.
I'm here to talk.
I know, it's so exciting.
We're going to be talking about Logan, the newest X movie with Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine.
I know. It's so great. Okay, so I was very skeptical going in because I think I gave up on Wolverine, like, movies, him having his own stuff, after probably, like, the second one that they did.
The Wolverine?
I was like, good. It was bad.
You know, that's the same director as Logan?
But this was good. Like,
good.
I only went because it was my sister's birthday. I was like, I'll take you to the movies. I know you love movies. Let's go. So we were going to go, and I was hoping I let her pick because it's her birthday. So I was hoping she would want to go see the new King Kong movie. And then she said, well, I want to go see the Wolverine movie. And I was like, whatever. It's her birthday. Like, we'll just go. It was awesome. I'm so happy she picked that because I would have never gone and saw it in the movie theater. I would have just been like, yeah, I'll pirate it later or I'll grab it when it's on Netflix. Like, it's definitely going to go direct to DVD. There's no way this is any good.
Yeah.
It was excellent.
It was
and it was
great.
Super gory. It was so gory. It was gross. It was awesome. I don't think when I got the tickets, because I got them online, and I remember clicking the thing that said, yes, I'm over 17. Like, duh. But it didn't register that meant it was rated R, which meant they could do whatever they wanted, which was awesome.
Like, they realized that because of the character of Wolverine, it's appropriate to do a rated R movie. So they finally did it.
Yes. No, but it needed to be rated R. And I think that was probably my favorite version of this character, besides his original appearance in the first X-Men movie, because I think that's where they really set it up. But I think this, for me, was like my favorite Hugh Jackman version of Wolverine, just because it was so, I don't know. I thought, as far as, like, spoilers.
Yeah, this is going to be a spoiler
whole thing.
Discussion.
Yeah, so stop watching now. But as far as, like, if this was his last hurrah, like, for anything, like, he is done with this character, and I think that if you're gonna kill him off, this is exactly how you need to do it. Like, it was, sometimes I get mad, like, oh, they killed my character, like, this sucks. I wasn't really that upset with this one. I thought it was a great finish. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
It was a nice send off for him.
It was a great send off.
And I guess I'm sure they're gonna try and do stuff with his daughter Laura. So, like,
oh yeah, that's like X-Men Next Generation.
Wolverine.
Yeah. Is that a thing? Because I'm not.
There's like 1.5 million different kinds of X-Men,
right.
I think.
But I don't know if because I know technically in the comics she's a lot older.
Yes.
So like sexy latex outfit older.
Yeah.
So is she like? Is she like part of like the X-Men Next Generation? Like, or are they gonna go back into that sub timeline with Jennifer Lawrence and?
You know, I have no idea.
Because they could.
I've never read an X-Men comic.
Well, I just mean movie-wise. Like, do you think that they'll go back into that sub-timeline, that past timeline with Jennifer Lawrence and they're all the younger characters? Because they really could, because in that universe, they don't need Wolverine.
Right.
He's
and they ended Apocalypse, like, as, like, this is our team now.
Mm-hmm.
So the next step would be to do that. I don't know...
Like, do you
where
progress
Jennifer
up
Lawrence
to the first?
stands, though, because
right. She's getting really busy.
She really obviously didn't want to do Apocalypse.
Really?
Like, you can tell throughout the movie she's kind of just phoning it in, and she, her character is supposed to be all proud of her mutant body, but she...
It's the 70s, man.
She does the whole blue thing, like, as little as possible, which was probably her demands.
Well, yeah, I would say if I had an option not to go through that much makeup, even though I think they've got her in a suit, most of it. They gave us, as opposed to Rebecca Romijn had to do full makeup.
Yeah, but Jennifer Lawrence is also, you know, she's an Oscar winner now, and she's working with like snobby directors like David O. Russell. So she's.
I think he'll only work with her almost.
So yeah, so she's kind of she's getting a little big for her britches.
Yeah. Well, I hope she's not too cool to do another one. Or, to be entirely honest, I don't watch those movies for Mystique anyway.
No, I don't care about her.
She's not a central themed character. Like, for them to just be like, oh, yeah, we haven't seen her in a really long time. I don't know where she went. Wouldn't be that bad. Like, pay her to come out for a day and she cameos in somewhere, like, to set up for another movie that you don't have to touch for 3 movies, you know?
Sure.
So.
Yeah, no, those are much more interesting with the Charles versus Eric stuff, and Quicksilver's fun.
I know, and it makes me angry because a lot of DC versus Marvel people will talk about how Quicksilver sucks and the Flash is so much better. And I grew up with DC, so I'll allow that to a point, but I think that Quicksilver's a way more fun character in general.
I
just
think
because
they do
you
him.
only get whimsy. Like, if I watch the Flash, so there's now I associate the Flash with a ton of drama only because I've been watching the CW series.
Isn't it kind of like a soap opera?
Oh my gosh, it's literally a soap opera, and it makes me sad because I'm so used to the old Justice League, where he's basically a dick, and it's great.
Yeah, he was fun.
He was a huge jerk. He was a way more fun character. Way more fun character. Now, we were supposed to be talking about Logan, and we're talking about not even the same
That's
universe
true.
anyway.
Let's go back to Logan.
I found the website because I was looking for the Logan website the other day. They used to do every movie had its own website, and now Fox just puts the movie under a section, I guess. But it does have like.
Well, that's like money, and they stop taking care of them. I
Websites
guess
aren't
if
that
you,
much money.
I heard if you go to like the Space Jam website that they made when that movie came out, like it hasn't been touched since, so it's, way behind.
It's in its original form.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, they don't have as much info on here that I would think that they do, but they've got a bunch of clips and stuff, which is kind of awesome. I don't know. I thought it was really good.
It's not really a superhero movie.
No, it's really not.
It's like a sci-fi western more.
I don't know.
I
I think it was like a it was a combination of things, because there were points where I would laugh, and then there were points where like I cried at the end. Like, I'm a girl, I get to say that. But it was super, super action filled, but the storyline itself was very like, if you had taken all the superhero out of it and turned all of his superhero battles into like bar fights because he's an alcoholic, because he is.
Yeah.
In this, it still would have totally made sense. Like, it was like they took any other standard, we need to make another movie with a dad and his kid, and then they just put it in the X-Men universe and just let that happen.
Yeah. And with that, I like, so like he's heading to like North Dakota and then eventually into Canada because of what they found in this comic book, which I found out later were actually like comic books that they like made for the movie, but still got like artists who knew how to draw like that.
Yeah, because those looked like the old
They
style.
looked authentic, but so if you were to take away the superhero aspect of it, then that would just be, this cynical man who's taking a person on a road trip because they read something in a comic book. And
and they're running from a drug cartel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that would have to be what it was. Yeah.
I loved the, I don't know what his name was, the blonde guy.
The albino?
The blonde guy with the robot hand.
I liked him too. Okay, that's
Who,
that's what I was trying to get. I was trying to get an actor list.
I don't remember his name. You might want to go to IMDb instead.
Yeah, there's no information on the Logan website. There's nothing. There's no stats.
They never gave his name, I don't think. And he wasn't a very deep character, but he was like
he was a
fun
badass
with all his like shit talking, and I liked how he just like he doesn't have a problem just getting in Wolverine's face and
was his character's name Pierce?
Maybe.
Because I can't tell. Is that bad? Like, I can't.
I don't know.
The IMDb cast list is so small, and he's gonna look so different than he does. That's got to be him.
Can I see?
Yeah, that's him. Donald Pierce.
That was his name?
Donald. It doesn't suit him at all.
Not even like Donnie?
No, it says Donald Pierce. That's kind of like Deadpool. That guy.
Oh,
Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name does not make a ton of sense. His name is Donald. He's cool.
He was cool.
He was a good villain. Like, I was very satisfied with him as a bad guy.
And I liked too, though. So he's not the big bad villain. That's the scientist guy, but he's the one that spends the most time with Wolverine.
He's the active villain. I would make him out to be like he's not the mastermind at all because he's obviously just the muscle.
Yeah, but Logan never touches him.
Not really.
He ends up dying because the kids
I know.
kill him.
No, he doesn't. The kids don't kill him. He kills himself. That was okay. So here's my question. My big thing was, I thought it was interesting that they were making mutants.
Like breeding them?
Yeah, so the only complaint I guess I have about the movie is they didn't set up the timeline very, I didn't know when we were and the state of the world soon enough for me.
I guess it's supposed to be 6 years after the end of Days of Future Past.
It's 2029.
Yeah.
That's
Days of Future Past is 23.
Right.
But
so for them to just make broadband statements like there hasn't been a mutant born in X amount of years or whatever it was, I wish they would have been set up better. I would have had a better understanding because there were news clips, there were random conversations, there were keynotes with cars and interfaces and things that let you know you were still in quite the future.
Sure.
But it was, for me, that was the only complaint that I had is they didn't set that up soon enough for me in the story, and that movie was so long.
It was long.
And it felt long.
I was okay, though, with them not quite establishing where it is in the timeline.
Okay.
Because, it is a send-off to the character, but it's been rocky for him, and I think it works really well as its own kind of self-contained movie.
Yeah, as a standalone, I think it's perfect. It doesn't rely on you seeing any of the other movies.
And I think that's why I was okay with them not establishing where all these other people are. They don't straight up say, Charles, you killed all these people. They just kind of allude to it, and and I was okay with all that.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think I could have done with a little bit more. But it wasn't a big deal. It didn't impact my overall feel for the movie. But what I thought was interesting was they kept talking about, we did these experiments with all these kids, and we did this and we did that, and the facility down in Mexico and all that stuff. What I thought was interesting is when they said, we have something new. The thought that it was going to be him never really crossed my mind. I did not watch a lot of movie trailers for this, so that was a complete shock for me. I don't
think that was in the trailers.
No, okay, because how sometimes there's 5 versions, and one will give some serious stuff away. I try not to watch trailers. Once I decide I'm gonna go see something, I just pretty much stop watching trailers. I'm excited for Guardians of the Galaxy, but I feel like I've seen most of the movie already.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know who the villain for sure is and what his issues.
You just don't want to get any more spoiled for you. I
know, because I want to. I'm excited for that, and I think that franchise is going to take off so long as everybody keeps participating in the movies.
Yeah.
And but there's a lot in those trailers, so I stopped watching. So when he killed Professor X, I was dumbfounded, and I'm like, this is a dream. I genuinely thought he was dreaming. Did you think that?
I thought it might have been a dream, or Logan maybe just deciding I need to do this, but then that also didn't.
Right.
He's an asshole, but he loves Charles very much, and he's not gonna do it. So that.
So did Eric split into your mind at all? Because that was the only other thing that I thought might have happened.
I was actually waiting for Magneto to show up at the end, he's the one running this refuge for the children that may or may not exist.
Right, but I think they you never really see where they go. It just they run off into the woods, and that's kind of.
I like that too.
I did.
They very easily could have ended it with the kids seeing the thing and having that confirmed, but it's not about the kids. No. It's about Logan. Right. So it ends when Logan dies.
Yeah, I liked the X.
That
worked
nice.
Really well for me. That was for that as a final shot, especially when they did the parallel when they buried Charles. It was on a hill with grass, trees, river, and mountains, and that's exactly where Logan. It's the same setup. It was on a hill with grass, trees, river, and mountains.
Yeah.
It was really nice. It was a good parallel. But when I don't know what to call that thing, 34.
I think his name was, it's X-24.
Yeah, 24. There you go.
So he kills Charles, and then he kills
the entire family. I'm like, see?
Which their deaths I think is more Charles's fault.
Oh,
because Charles
100%.
was like, hey, we're going to hang out with these people. And Logan's like, that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But I liked that Charles keeps trying to like push Logan towards other stuff and being nicer.
Being normal.
Yeah, him trying to keep Laura from causing trouble in public, I thought was really fun.
That was fun.
Like she's on the carousel and she wants it to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And, like they keep having to like grab her hand and.
I liked the family dynamic they created. Like that was cute. I did for the length of time that it lasted. I really, really enjoyed that, and I thought it was very different than all the other X-Men movies, but I thought it played really well.
I think with the first few, there's always been a little bit of like a father-son thing with Charles and Logan, but they never dwelled on it too much. I like that this, really kind of solidified that.
Yeah, especially since when they were traveling like as a family.
Yeah.
So the movie overall was really great, and there was only one continuity thing that I had a complaint about, and was the truck. Did you notice the truck?
Which truck?
The truck he bought.
What was wrong with it?
The only continuity thing in the whole movie, which I will probably be the only person that noticed, is only because stuff like that drives me crazy. That's why I have a hard time watching Transformers movies, because it'll be the middle of the freaking day, and then it'll be like almost sunset, and then it's like the morning. So he bought that truck from that woman smoking in that lot, and she said, "I'll paint it for you, and I'll put new brakes and new wheels on it and everything." He goes, "How about you forget the paint and the wheels, and we don't do any paperwork." And it was blue in the lot. She mentioned painting it. He pulled back up to the casino before Charles had his seizure in public. It was black. Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes. Because the first thing I said was, why on earth? It was the same truck, but it was black. And then when they left, it was blue again.
I'm going to have to look for that.
I know. It was the only thing. And I thought maybe it was lighting. So if you find a clip, if you find that clip or something, like when the movie comes out, or we can find it online, if it's lighting, because that's like an underpass, let me know. But I'm almost 100% sure that they clipped that wrong.
I'll have to look for that, because that seems like a real sloppy mistake for
it's like a 23-second frame. You know what I mean? Like it's not a lot of framing for him. They had him pulling up, and the only reason they had to probably leave that shot in there is because that's when the seizure started.
Right.
So it's not like they could have cut it out before then, but that was because I don't know what it is. I usually always notice stuff like that, and it drives me bonkers. And that was the only like random thing that they had that was, what's your favorite takeaway scene? Like your favorite thing that like either happened or was done.
I thought the seizure was pretty cool. I liked that he like in slow motion is like killing people while they can't do anything. I kind of like that. Maybe the forest scene at the end. At the end? Where he and Laura are like double teaming everyone.
That was awesome.
I thought that was pretty sweet.
That was pretty freaking cool.
And then like the very end where like he just straight up like shoots the big bad scientist man. Like I liked all that.
That was okay. So I have two. My first thing was as soon as you figure out that Laura's got the same kind of like mutant powers as Logan does in that first scene where the compound in Mexico.
Oh, that was really good.
That was awesome, especially when they showed you the toe.
Yeah.
When you saw the back claws. I loved that scene because she came out with a severed head. Like, who does that? And that was the first point where I went, I think this movie's rated R. Like, that 8-year-old just carried a severed head out of a building.
I might want to switch it to that scene because that's a pretty great scene. Even up to them trying to escape in the car and, like, they get stuck in the fence. And
it was good. That whole sequence was fantastic.
I liked her. I love her walking towards Donald and, like, she's slowly getting the claws on. And he's like, no.
Yes.
No.
That was when you knew you're like, shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be insane. And then you're like, and then my brain started putting stuff together at that point. I'm like, okay, I got this. Like, we're on board. Let's go. And then my other one is when they bury Charles, she's like standing in the woods and she kind of like sees the guy with the other truck and then turns and Logan's just beating the absolute crap out of that truck with the shovel. I laughed so hard.
I laughed at it, but I felt like I tried to not laugh too hard because Charles is dead. He's doing it because he's mad that Charles is dead.
He's doing it because the truck wouldn't start.
That too, but like, that just adds to his problems.
Mm-hmm. It was the very generic, like, I give up. screw all of this. This sucks.
And he just passes out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Although,
I love how she drove too. That
Yeah.
was super funny. She sat on his leg and drove the truck the rest of the way. He was just so angry that whole movie, and it hurt me to see him so old.
I liked it though.
Oh no, I think it was.
I loved that. When they finally established that she can talk.
Yeah.
And like he's like, "Wait, you can talk?" And then immediately he's like yelling at her to shut up. Like,
Yep. Oh, that's all Spanish anyway.
yeah, there's all those like smaller things in there that are just make it pretty great.
It's a great movie. It's got a ton of action and a ton of gore. Like that scene where he meets X-34 or whatever, or 24 or whatever that guy's name is. Like that first action scene on the farm on the front lawn.
Yeah,
like, that's awesome.
And they just tear each other apart.
It's fantastic. And then the last scene and everything with the kids and seeing all of their powers. And I mean, it's probably one of my favorite X-Men movies and superhero movies in general. I really liked it.
I think it's definitely one of my favorite superhero movies.
And I think it's a good crossover for people who don't watch that stuff a ton, because it's not like in your face latex, spandex, and flying machines.
Yeah.
Like, it's way more toned down. It's not an Avengers film. There's, not a ton of characters that you have to keep up with and a bunch of backstory you have to know. It's just a good movie.
Yeah. So then we're running out of time here. What would you rate it? Like maybe out of 10?
8.9.
I'll give it a solid 9.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go
see Logan.
Yeah. Totally worth seeing at whatever movie theater is nearest to you. I think it's great.